I'm really, really grateful. And also, I'm very grateful that you can make it. So I would like to, Ming, are you gonna take, okay, this is what I planned, but I don't think it worked out. I was gonna have everybody go out there by the fireside to take pictures, each family with Dennis, but we will see. But right now, I think we're gonna skip that one for right now. And I would like, because, okay, everybody here not necessarily know everybody, but you are all family. You're the family from blood related, married to, or will be, and families from post office, families from church, so we are all one family. So I'm gonna have everybody introduce yourself. Oh, I have name tags. Do you want, you guys, either he buy it or somebody giving it to him, so everything is personal to him. All the pictures and all the, whatever you see on the, yeah, so. What?
Okay, wow. This is honestly total shock and surprise. I'm really amazed how everybody pulled it off.
Thanks, everybody.
Did you know she was so sleepy? No. Okay. Ever since we've been married, she knew right away I'm the one that likes surprises. Okay. She does not like surprises. Okay, she wants everything. If it's her birthday, she wants to know exactly where we're going to do everything. Okay. And I guess I've asked for a surprise party for a long time, huh? Married 27 years, and I finally got one. But you couldn't top this one for me. This is just really overwhelming to me. When I came in and saw everybody, and then I went to the car to change shirts, I just kept remembering and praising God that I've lived this long, and everybody in here is such a blessing to me, and to have this celebration on my birthday is just incredible. Through so many accidents, falling off roofs, being in car accidents, being hit while crossing the street as a kid in the crosswalk. Just God's hand's been with me. In our trip to Missouri, we just took coming back. God's hand was with us, or else we would have been splattered across the Interstate 40 by a big rig truck. Yeah, that close. This means so much to me, and then she puts on the invitation to bring Hot Wheels so we can share with the Ed and I kids. I couldn't have asked for anything better, and for everybody here to spend your Saturday and those who traveled a long distance, those who took the day off, and wanted to share this with me. It's just so wonderful. I love you all. I pray for you all every day, and I'm just so blessed and honored. Let me share real quick the story of that picture on the cake. I shared a little bit in our last Bible study. This picture of the cross with the clouds in the background. We had just left Amarillo, Texas. We were heading to drive straight into Branson, and it was early in the morning. And as we're driving, Becky's driving, and I see this huge cross on the side of the road. It was real dark because the sun was just coming up, and the clouds behind it. It looked like it had just rained, and the sky was kind of. I figured it was going to be a pretty day when the sun came out, but the sun was just kind of bursting. And I saw that, and it said, "Inspiration Rest Stop, next exit." So we usually hit every rest stop, when we travel, okay. And I said, well, let's, even though we'd only left the motel half an hour earlier, I said, let's stop, okay? So we pull in, and I said, wow, that cross is really huge. Find out it's about 200 feet high. And the gentleman and his wife who developed that site, they've got bronze statues of the Stations of the Cross. They have the Last Supper. They have the 3 crosses on the hill. They have the empty tomb. I said, wow, this is really, really amazing. So I started taking pictures, okay? I got close to the foot of the cross, and I started backing up, and I looked up, and by that time, the sun had come up more, and it was light, and the light was glistening off that cross, okay? So I took the picture. And then when I'm looking at the picture, I said, I remember that. I painted that picture back in 1971 for an art class at Chapman College. I had graduated from Cal State Fullerton, degree in history, and then 6 months later I moved to Santa Barbara to pursue art and photography. I ran out of money there. I came back to my parents' home, but decided I was going to go to Chapman College and be an art teacher, follow in the footsteps of my older brother. He was a teacher and went to Chapman College. So I took the class there, and personal things popped up. I wasn't able to complete the class, so I asked for an incomplete. And I remember when I showed that to the teacher, she had to approve my incomplete. I showed the painting to the teacher, and she says, okay, because what I did is I used a huge canvas. I stretched my own canvas, okay? So I made it about 7 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and painted that. And the teacher looked at it, she said, it looks incomplete. I was there to get an incomplete. So she says, okay, I'll approve you, come back, I think they give it a year to come back or something, you can pick up the grade. So when I got there to that inspiration rest stop, and I saw that picture, and I said, that's the picture that I painted. And as I thought since then, incomplete. That time I just up in Santa Barbara accepted the Lord, okay? I left Fullerton, Cal State Fullerton, was not raised in the church. I knew my mom was Christian, but we were not raised in the church. I went up there, Santa Barbara. My first week there, I went looking for art supplies. I went to a phone booth on State Street. They had phone booths in those days. And they actually had, in this case, the phone book was on the chain. It was still there. I flipped through art supplies in the yellow pages. Bingo, there was a little tract in there, 4 spiritual laws. Okay? I took that, and I took it because it was brand new, it was clean. It had been all soiled and everything. I wouldn't even looked at it, okay? But I go, oh, that's interesting. I put it in my pocket. That night, I studied it, and realized that God had been pursuing me, and I surrendered. And since then, I've had a winding path. There were times that I wandered off, but God always made sure it was a short distance, and He pulled me back. And I looked at that incomplete and said, yes, my life up to that point was really incomplete because I really, really had not been born again. And I didn't have that relationship. And it's not just a religion. See, when I first accepted the Lord from that track, I thought it was a religion, something I had to work at. Okay, and along my path, somebody told me, you don't have to work to be a Christian. Either you are or you aren't. Accept them or you don't. Okay? So that was like kind of a full circle for me. Okay? And I'll never forget that. And I know if it wasn't for the Lord, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be alive. Okay? I had too many things, too many accidents in my life that God has made sure that I made it through. So I thank you, everybody, for being here. I thank you for sharing the journey with me. And you're all very dear and special. And love you forever. And one day when I'm in heaven, I'll be cheering you on and looking forward to the day that we're all reunited.
So anyway, thank you, and Maria, you're in charge. The cake. Can we sing happy birthday? Oh, yeah, of course.
Candles.
Yeah. Maria.
She only got 48. I was born in 1948. Maybe that's it. Okay. Just, yeah.
Should we put the candle around it instead of
Okay, not yet. Okay, now. Let me see your work.
Yeah.
What did you do? It's not working. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dennis. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Maria, you want to cut the cake, please? Okay. Cut the cake, please.
Is he blowing them out? Yeah.
Yeah, wait.
Okay, you blow this side. You blow this side.
1, 2, 3.
Good job, Michael. Michael, 35.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. You're not doing
Video,
are you?
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause I'm not really gonna cut it.
Oh, you are right.
No, I don't know where to cut it.
Just cut it. Just cut it.
Yeah.
Just cut it. Oh, no. There you go. Just cut it.
We need somebody.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, Ming is her and the singer. I'm gonna get one chair right here.
Okay.
If you can see it, no, you can see it. Yes, take pictures.
Okay. I'm the
Right
sorry.
there, the chair.